What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Shooting the Shit Uncensored. I am your host, the dad bod god himself, the bald, the beard, and the fucking beautiful Piers Austin. And tonight we have not one amazing guest, but two amazing guests from PWA. They are team PPK, and I'm excited to have on Nikki Van Blair and Frankie B. But before I bring on my guests, I just want to take a quick second, a quick moment, a quick pause for the cause, if I can, if I will, to thank some of those amazing sponsors that help me keep these flashing lights going on above my head every single episode. First up is sleefs.com. That's SLEEFS, sleefs.com. They have all your athletic wear that you will want and need. They've got armbands, compression pants, compression shorts, compression socks, headbands, knee bands, mouth guards. They've even got these dirty boxes, and you've heard me put these boxes over, guys, time and time again. These dirty boxes are amazing. They stay fresh, they stay dry. They are like my favorite boxes to wear. I actually got rid of all my other boxes, and they've got funky designs on the front, so when the belt buckle comes undone, gentlemen, your partner has something to giggle at those crazy designs. Of course, that's what I mean. But check out sleeves.com. You check out those dirty boxes. Use promo code MWAPOD to get a 10% discount on your final purchase. Also, ladies and gentlemen, check out healthvape.com. Healthvape.com is your healthy vaping alternative. All of their products, no nicotine, no addictive or harmful chemicals, and they're vitamin infused. Alan Funk told me it's like vaping a Red Bull. I have no idea what vaping a Red Bull would be like, but I take Alan's word on it. But guys, go and check out, put the cigarettes down and get onto a healthier lifestyle. Use promo code MWAPOD to get a 10% discount on your final purchase. Now, guys, also, wherever you're finding MWA Podcast Network, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that share, hit that like. We are your one-stop shop for all your wrestling, multimedia, entertainment, podcasts, you name it, we do it. We've got Killing the Business with ECW Original, The Kingpin, Angel Medina, and King Mega. We've got Knights of the Gimmick Table with Cade Lothbrock and the Dead Presidents. We've got Shooting the Shit. We got NXT Roundup. Guys, we are bringing you non-stop entertainment, and also make sure to check out Wrestling with Tragedy over the Russo's brand with myself, Kingpin, Angel, and John Poz from the Two-Man Power Trip. But guys, without further ado, I'm going to bring out my guests, Frankie B and Nikki Van Blair, PPK. Guys, welcome to Shooting the Shit Uncensored. Nikki and Frankie.
What up?
Hello. I think that's the coolest intro I've ever had.
I was thinking that was like an amazing intro.
That is the first time I've done that intro, to be honest, because usually I'll do the video and I'll come in, I'll thank the sponsors, I'll do the opening monologue, and then I bring the guests out and do it. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to try and do something a little bit different this episode. So, why
cool.
not?
I love like the fire, the flames, like.
That was very special. I loved it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did. But Nikki, this is your second time on the show. It's been, I think, 2 years you were on it last. So it's great to have you back. And Frankie, first time to have you on. I'm very excited to talk to you as well. But guys, the new team, PPK, tell me about it. How did you two come together as a team?
Well, it all started when I decided to get Botox and lip fillers.
Okay. And Frankie, is your shoot job a beautician or like is this?
So
Like,
my shoot job is a cosmetic injector. So I'm a cosmetic nurse. Yeah. So I had the pleasure of doing Nikki's face, and then I think Nikki was in my chair, and we're like, you know what would be really fun? Like, I love you, you love me. It'd be really cool if we all lived together. And then we kind of ran with the idea, and then it just got stuck. And then it was something that we just decided to never let go. And now we're here.
Yeah, essentially. And it all started with a little needle.
Yeah, with a
Wow,
little
so-
needle.
like I've got to ask, like I've never had it done, right? But like, what does it actually do to like the Botox injection to the lips? Like, does it just blow them out?
So I feel like I'm at work again.
I know the wrestling podcast that turned into the beauty podcast. What can I say? We'll get into the wrestling stuff.
My job. So Botox actually relaxes muscles. So if you want them to stop moving and have like a nice fresh forehead where there's no lines, like this is my frown. Like I can't frown at all. Right. So I've done it in my frown. Filler fills essentially. So anything in the face that you want a little bit bigger, you want to change the shape a little bit, filler's the way to go.
There you go. I'll have to possibly look into it, eventually. But the team PPK. What does the PPK stand for?
This is also like quite an interesting story, I guess. So it stands for Prima Pi Kappa because Frankie and I are in a sorority together. We are sorority sisters. We are not a tag team. But coming up with the name, so we obviously chucked in some Greek letters because, sororities follow off the Greek system. But then we also, and Frankie's also Greek, but then we also chucked in the word prima. So we weren't going to get done by copyright by any real sorority that we might have clashed with. And that's essentially it.
Yeah, right.
PPK in your face.
Because when I saw it written out, I was like, okay, like that's what I thought, like the sorority type of gimmick as well. And I think that, obviously, your character Nikki can sort of what we've seen so far on PWA, you have quite the range of like when to interject yourself into matches, but also how your personality changes at certain points. Where I think that this is going to be an interesting side of your character that we're going to see develop.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm chameleon-like, if I can say that about myself. But yeah, no, it works well with my character. It was a great way to introduce Frankie.
Yeah.
And just the fact that like inside the ring, our chemistry is like top, but outside of the ring, we are like the closest of friends. So it was just like, it's so natural being with her. Yeah.
It makes sense. Yeah,
and it just makes sense as well.
But Frankie, like you've kind of had a little bit of a rough road, getting to, be an in-ring performer. You've had, a couple of injuries from what I've been told. What were the extent of the injuries?
So I've actually had surgery quite a few times, on both my ankles. I don't know if I should be telling anyone that, but yeah, I've had, reconstructive surgery on both my ankles. They were just unfortunate. That's what they were. I just had a string of bad luck, and it would just happen to be one after the other when I kind of got back on my feet. But it is what it is. Everyone has injuries. I can't really complain about it too much because they're a thing of the past now. My ankles are A-okay, and I kind of feel like I'm in a position where I've never been injured, which is good.
And I think, like, going through that process, like, was there times that you had doubt? Was there times where you were like, or were you just like, nope, this is not a setback, or this is not a, stop, this is just a setback. I'll get back on my feet, literally and figuratively, and get back in there.
The first time I kind of did my ankle was like, it was more of a setback of, yeah, cool. I just, I've hurt myself. It is what it is. I'm in a very competitive business, and it's very hard on your body. So I just kind of took it on the chin. The second one, I had a lot of doubts of, if I get injured again, I will not be wrestling. So I kind of had a bit of a a very long and hard mental road as well to kind of get over, because I was very much set in the I cannot get injured again sort of mindset. And I didn't want to put myself in a position where I could get injured again. I've just had a very good recovery, which is fortunate for me, because now I'm completely out of that, and I'm kind of back in the, if if it happens again, knock on wood, but like it is what it is.
And that's probably like one of the biggest things to overcome is the mental aspect of it as well. Because like getting injured and then getting injured again and then having to like get back in there, there's always, with a lot of people and a lot of athletes, there's always like hesitation at times. And I think that when there's hesitation, that's where injuries can happen worse if you hesitate in those moments.
Yeah, for sure. You just kind of have to back yourself in that situation to know that you've done all the right steps to get healthy and to get strong again. You just kind of, it's a big mental game. Yeah, it's very tough, because you kind of just go, I don't know if I'm good enough anymore, or I don't know if I can do this anymore. But like, yeah, it's a very big mental game to just kind of do it and realize that you can do it well and not have the same thing happen, and then just kind of take it on the chin and keep going.
Yeah. And you also had an opportunity to do other parts of the business. Obviously, we saw you doing like backstage interviewing and stuff like that. How did you find doing, a different role than an in-ring performer, but still being around and in the business?
I loved it. I loved being an in-ring. I love that too, but I loved being backstage, because everyone backstage always has a really good dynamic, and everyone is so willing to work with each other, and everyone offers something very unique that you won't find, I guess, anywhere else. So working with everyone gave me an understanding of where I kind of wanted to go and wanted to be like, or what I had to do to keep putting one foot in front of the other. So it gave me a lot of opportunity, and it gave me a very nice learning platform to learn off everyone, which I think I'm very privileged to.
Yeah. I mean, it also gives you other aspects to learn about, like the backstage side of wrestling and how different sort of stuff works as well. So, it's always good to have that sort of stuff. And even Robbo says here, your perseverance is so inspiring, Frankie. And I have to agree.
Thank you. It's very nice to actually be in a position where I can like finally say like I'm a wrestler and not just like I do backstage. So it's cool, because I can actually be like, yeah, I'm a wrestler. Like, what of it, sort of thing. Whereas not like I used to be like, just do backstage stuff, but I've been training for like 5 years. It's not as exciting. Now I can just be like, yeah, cool. I do this on the weekends.
And how did you find like your first match? Because you debuted at an academy show, I believe, and then I think it was the next month it was a Black Label show that you were at. So, how did it feel like, obviously, to make your debut in front of an audience? And I have to say, the academy shows are an incredible experience. If fans that are watching this haven't been to a PWA Academy show, they definitely need to, because the atmosphere there, you can definitely feel it there, and it's like a small, intimate crowd, and it's awesome.
I loved it. I think I've said this every time someone wants to talk about my debut. I could not have asked for a better debut and for better people to have in my debut. I was very privileged to have Nikki next to me, and I was also very privileged to have someone like Mick and Kingsley on the other side of the ring. Like, they are pretty much the epitome of why I wrestle. So they were there. They were like my support system throughout the entire thing. But yeah, I could not have faltered my debut anymore, besides maybe ripping my tights. But other than that, like, it could not have gone any better than what it did.
Hey, ripping the tights, you hear a lot of people with their first match stories. If that's the worst thing that happened, I think you're onto a great start.
Pretty set. Yeah. Pretty set.
But Nikki, you've also, just sort of started to come back and get more involved in, in-ring stuff as well. And, this team, this sorority, sistership, PPK.
Sisterhood.
Sistership. I'm sorry. I've never been part of a sisterhood. So.
Sistership.
That's what we're going to call it. Yeah.
Like,
it's a sistership.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's a sistership.
It's a sistership. There you go. We'll make it more explained. But, for you now, are we going to see more of you in the ring? Like, are you now fully healed, ready to go 100 mile an hour?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm done being the side hoe is not the correct term, but but being on the I'm not the side hoe, but I'm my time on the outside done unless I'm cheering Frankie. Like I'm fully healed. My mind is back in wrestling, which is like the main part.
Yeah.
I've got a great sistership going on. We're gonna take over PWA, bitches. Better watch out.
There you go. And I think, like, with this team, are you guys like? I'm just imagining this could be more of a heel team, and like, obviously, I could see it'd be great, enjoyable work to see you both be heels. But like, is that the direction you're going to take it, or are you wanting to be more, babyface, or in between?
Well, we want to progress naturally. In saying that, Frankie and I are naturally just bitches. Like, it's the truth. So we are probably just naturally going to roll down the heel hill, which is fine with us.
Yeah.
But I think that gives you so much more to, obviously go into and play with being heels with that type of character, though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
We have things that we are setting up, and we have things that are coming that are going to be very fun. Which way it takes us, we actually don't know, because I genuinely feel where if we were to be heels, everyone's going to love us. So it's kind of one of those that no matter what we do, everyone's just going to be happy with us.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think as well, because like a lot of the fans knowing the backstory of you two as well, I think at the start it's going to be hard to want to boo you both, because like I've met you both at shows, and you're both incredible people, always very lovely, welcoming. But I'm really interested to see the heel work. But I think at the start it's going to be a lot of pops for you guys, which is very well deserved.
Thank you.
That's what we want. Thank you. Yes.
You deserve it. I'll start, the chant on the weekend. So
yeah, it's the weekend job.
Yeah,
we want that chant just for existing. So
there you go. I'll be part of the sistership on commentary. But
the sistership. That's what it is. The sistership.
Yeah, absolutely. But as far as the Black Label show for you guys, and you nearly killing one of the ones, that was amazing suplex I saw you do is on that show, and it was just absolutely incredible to see. But how was it to be in front of that live crowd in a Black Label show?
So it was what I don't even know how to explain it. So I think the fact that I had my debut at the Academy, not that it took away from Black Label, but it just made me comfortable, and it made us comfortable as well, walking out and being like a sistership. So we were very harmonious in what we were doing. But for me, I think the biggest thing was I don't know why, but I just kind of blocked everyone out, in the sense like I was wrestling and I didn't feel like I was debuting for Black Label. It was just kind of like we're out there together. This was just another match, rather than being like this is the first time I had ever been on Black Label, which was nice because I feel like it took the pressure off and it wasn't something that was intimidating, which is what I liked. It was very easy. It was very breezy for me. So it was a good stepping stone into, I guess, where we're going.
Oh, 100%. And what's coming up for you guys? Because like we know the show's coming up this weekend on Saturday. Where are you guys going to be situated? Are you guys in a match? Can you announce if you're on a match or not?
You're just gonna have to find out.
I'll turn up on Saturday. I'll find out the rest of everyone. But yeah, no worries. But yeah, like I mean, with the team, like, is there a team out there for you guys? Currently, whether it's in PWA or MCW or anywhere in the country, really, that stands out for you as a team you want to get in there and wrestle with, that you think you could have an amazing match with?
Velocities straight away. First team I thought of.
Yeah,
because they will take us to our limit.
Yeah, they are amazing too.
I would have to agree with that.
That's a
yeah.
Oh, 100%. You know, and you know their work that they've done, they've just shown to be like honestly, I think they and a lot of the other tag teams in Australia have put tag team wrestling in the world on the map by saying, "Hey, Australia does tag team wrestling right."
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely they
They've
have.
set very high expectations for, I guess, for us and everyone else. But they're expectations that Australia can live up to. We're just very lucky that the velocities are at the forefront of it.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. And so, Nikki, you know, you're coming up, you know, into, you know, being in the business for a few years now. You know, you've had, like when you were on last time, we spoke about the slap that Shaul Guerrero left across your face, which I actually mentioned. I had Shaul on the show after I had you on, and I mentioned that, and she felt very bad for slapping you. But you know, as far as you know, where you are in your career now, like, do you want to try and step out of Australia and start traveling overseas? And obviously, Frankie, is that part of your long-term plan as well as a performer?
Yeah, eventually. Like I just had my first match back after like nearly 2 years. So I
Yeah,
want to stay in Australia for a bit, get that experience, get that, training essentially, and then maybe go interstate. Obviously with Frankie, we're a package deal. Um, and then obviously when our name gets big, because it will, because we're amazing, then
absolutely.
if international if the international route is calling us, then we will go. But yeah, I want to pretty much stay in Sydney for the time being. Well, the state.
Yeah, fair. And yourself, Frankie, is like,
I would agree with Nikki. I'm happy. I'm very content with where I am at the moment. I would just love as much as experience as I can get. So wherever that really takes us, I'm happy to go for it. I think my biggest thing is eventually trying to break into Japan. I'd love to go to Stardom and get some of that behind me before I guess anything else really happens. I just want as much worldly as experience as I can. I feel like that would just make us and myself just a well-rounded wrestler. As yeah, so Japan's kind of my
Japan, I feel like is a place for a lot of people, and I think it's because it's like it's very wrestling based, and I think the character work is still there, but it's more focused on the in-ring style, and the character work is implemented into the match more, whereas opposed to like Western, it's more like vocal and promos and stuff like
yeah.
that.
You have a
Where
little bit more leniency with like say Western wrestling. Like sometimes character does precede wrestling sometimes, but not every time.
oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But it depends where in the world that you are though, like as well. Like
Yeah,
certain countries, like you know, I've seen Rey Mysterio say like when he was champion, he never focused on promos because when he was coming up through Mexican wrestling, he was not that promos and stuff like that was not part of it. It was just going in there and doing lucha libre matches and just getting over that way. The promos and that sort of psychology just wasn't there.
yeah. I genuinely think Australia, like Australian wrestling, has the perfect 50-50 mix between being a fantastic wrestler and having a fantastic promo because as much as it is everywhere else, if you don't have a promo, a character to back up your wrestling and vice versa, Australia's not the place. Like you have
Yeah.
to have both. You have to be capable in either or because it might not be that you're having a match or might not be that you're having a promo and it's vice versa that you need to be able to adapt to both situations. So it's like the perfect mix between being like athletically capable and also being characteristically capable.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, and as far as character work goes, you actually did a storyline for FWA
I did.
a while back.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you were the GM. How did that opportunity like come about? And like, would we see the Frankie GM character come back at any stage? Is that something that you'd like to pursue eventually?
The Frankie B character in FWA was a little bit of fun. If I'm honest, I actually cannot remember how that came about, just because it's so long ago and there's been so many, time from it. But it was a very fun experience, especially because we got to work with a lot of people. So, um, 5 Star did give me an opportunity, which I'm very grateful for, to be on shows. I think it was just at the time where I was still recovering from a lot of from an injury, so I didn't really want to give it full steam ahead just because I couldn't. But who knows? Frankie B as general manager might come back because I am very good at managing people.
Nikki,
Yeah,
agree?
she is.
No, I thought because I saw like a couple of the old promo packages for it, and I really enjoyed it. I thought the work was really good, and I enjoy those sort of style of characters as well, like the sort of like power leader, general manager type deal. If done correctly, and I kind of feel like with what I saw there, it was done right with you, where it wasn't like I think some shows like you see like someone who's not a wrestler being out in front of the crowd on a microphone way too longer than they should be, if that makes sense. I think that sort of can take away from the product.
Yeah. Well, it was very fun. It was very fun. And at the time, the only thing that I could do was promote. So it's kind of happened naturally. But I feel as if it wouldn't necessarily be exactly General Manager Frankie B come out in PPK, but it'd be a variation of it.
Yeah. And I think like with that time being injured, like for both of you, was that a real time for you guys to go, okay, well, I can't do a lot of the physical stuff. So the psychology stuff, like the promos, the facial expressions, things like that. Was that something that both of you were working on?
Yeah, no, I guess so. Like I was obviously injured, so I was managing at FWA. So I focused on getting heat and then putting it on my guys, which I think I did pretty well at. I think the first show back from like our first lockdown, I was still injured, so I couldn't do anything physical. So I told the guys in my guys match, I think it was Parker Thomas, I was like, okay, so I'm injured, so you cannot bump me, and also I just got my eyelashes done, so you can't hit me in the face. And then at the end of this match, not only did they super kick me in the face, they then bumped me, and I had to take a back bump with a dislocated tailbone. And
that would have been the worst.
it was fine, but the bump itself sucked. Like it just looked crap. And then, I sold it, we went backstage, and then I was like, okay, so literally I gave you 2 instructions and you failed both of them.
What was the reaction? Was it like, oh, I'm so sorry? Like it was just
Yeah, no, they were like, oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot. And like, it was the heat of the moment. And I was like, it's fine. My eyelashes are still on. My tailbone still hurts, but it's fine. But yeah, it's fine now. So hit me all you want.
Yeah. I think you can laugh at that now, but at the moment, I'm sure you weren't really too impressed with it.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, I gave you 2 small things.
What are you doing? You completely disobeyed everything that I said.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
You
no
had
one
one job.
Yeah, one job. That's exactly what happened.
Not the face and no bumping. But coming up, for this show, that we're gonna see, which we're assuming we're gonna see you guys on there in some capacity. It's safe to say. Who knows? Okay. So we'll say there's a 50-50 chance we'll see PPK at PWA this Saturday. But, as far as, storyline wise goes and character work goes, is that something that you want to try and develop more into as far as, long-term storytelling?
Yeah, for sure. I think we have a very good dynamic in the sense that we can hold a long storyline because of our characters, not necessarily just our characters, but because of us and the chemistry that we have. I think the fact that we are actually really good friends outside of wrestling plays a massive role into where we both want to go in wrestling, because we can connect on a deeper level of not just having wrestling as a commonality. We agree on a lot of things and we have very much the same vision. So little things that you won't even think is a thing, we've already thought, and then we kind of just go, oh my God, A, B, C, D. And then Nikki's like, yeah, I've already thought about it. I was just about to message you. So like things like that, we're very much on the same wavelength with a lot of things. So we're very lucky.
I think
not
you
like,
are. Sorry, Nikki.
Sorry, it's not like in a fake way either, where like
Mm.
we're just too scared to say no to the other person. Like
No,
again,
no.
we're both bitches. If I want to say no to Frankie, I'll just fucking do
I
it.
was just about to say that.
If I hate her
I was
idea,
just
I'll
about
shit
to
on
say
it.
we're those people that if Nikki's a bitch to me, I'll be a bitch to him.
Yeah, well,
And
that's the
that's
thing.
Yeah.
Nikki's the person he'll never call a spade a fucking shovel. You know what I mean? Like, what you see is what you get. But I think as
Yeah.
well, by being such good friends and being in a team as well, it also like to have the other person, pick the other up. Because like we all have those moments where it's like, fuck, like, no, come
Yeah.
on, like keep the other person motivated. And I think that that's probably a big plus, for you guys as well, and especially being such close friends, knowing
Yeah.
that how bad you both want it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
also don't beat
And
around the bush, which is fine.
yeah, I was literally telling someone the other day. They asked if Frankie and I had noticed something, and I said, "Yeah, we had a full conversation about it just with our eyes." And he was like,
Yeah.
"What do you mean?" And I was like, "We looked at each other and we had a conversation just by going like."
Yeah.
And he
That's
was like,
crazy ass shit. That's
he was like,
It was just the spur of the moment. Like I'll just go the one
and then I'll
face,
go,
and then we just go, or like,
roll.
and we know exactly. And then when we reconvene, when we're in a safe space within ourselves, the comment, like, yeah,
So what was the context of the looks? Can you give any context, or is it a too of a personal thing?
Well,
I guess it depends. It's very situational, but
yeah.
maybe like if we were to do something where we didn't like what someone had done,
Yeah.
it would be very much like,
And then the,
yeah, and then I know that you've agreed with me, and then I'll just go, not good.
and not a
Not good at all.
single English word was uttered.
Yep.
That is truly amazing. I love that.
This is,
I love
like I said, this is a sisterhood. This
that.
was
It's just
Sistership.
sistership. Sorry,
shit.
my
Get
apologies.
right, guys.
Oh my goodness. But no, look, it's it's an interesting story. I've never had that connection with anyone. So to be able to do that and have that conversation, that's pretty special.
Oh, like honestly, we're not even just saying this for our characters. For
Sure.
this, we have a fucking sistership. This
We do have a sistership. Yeah.
on my birthday this year.
Yeah.
We were outside KFC and and a negative altercation happened with a bunch of guys. And I was like, there's Hamid and then there was me. Like I was absolutely gone. And so I got into like this mad screaming match with these 20-year-olds. And just instinctively, Frankie kind of just stepped in front of me in like a protective stance because she knew shit was going to go down.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Look, it also doesn't help that I'm on the defense all the time. Like all the time.
But you know
I'm
what?
ready
Like, in that situation as well, like, obviously you've had an altercation with these bunch of guys that are just young idiots, and you know what I mean. But you stepping in, like I'm saying, as a female stepping in to diffuse it, because straight away they're not going to go, "Oh, hold on a second, my problem's not with you, it's with you." I'm not going to hit a no. I'm not going to hit a girl, bro. You hit her. You know what I mean? Like that's going to be that conundrum. So automatically it puts an end to the aggressiveness, so to speak, or puts a halt to it at least.
Yeah, you would think so. I think in, I guess, another situation, yeah, but I've been brought up to play ball like the boys, so
Yeah.
I'm probably just as on the same level as Nikki in that situation. But I do like to diffuse a situation. I am a Libra. I'm all about peace and harmony. But at the same time, I'm also the first person to kind of put my foot
Fire
down
up.
and
Yeah.
fire up. Yeah. So I have no
Yeah.
issue at all.
No, look, I don't necessarily was saying that as a thing that you couldn't handle yourself in that situation, but I think in that situation, those guys, their mentality, because a lot of people that you come into in the street don't have a combat sport background, a wrestling background where, like, if you're a boxer, there's a good chance you'll go spar with a female performer or, male, whatever. Same with wrestling and same with most sports. So unless you come from that background, but even then you're not going to be on the street going like,
yeah, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I'll beat you. Like,
any male with any decency is not going to go, I'm going to line this chick up and just like,
oh, they're going to be like, oh, you want to step in? Sure. Like, they're not going to do that. But yeah,
next minute, Frankie's just standing over, just going, "Fucking told you, idiot."
I told you, like, come on, yeah.
Honestly, if anything, Frankie was going to win if it got to that level.
But
like,
did they
we
back?
Were ready
to
throw down?
Did they back down?
Yeah, they did.
Can't remember.
They did. Yeah, they backed down because then I kind of started yelling, and then we got Nikki out of the situation. It just wasn't a win-win situation at all. So we kind of removed ourselves. And I will say this. If it wasn't for sober Frankie B, it would have been a very different situation. The one time I decided to not drink, and the one time I decided to not get as rattled as everyone else did, that's what happened. And it was diffused very calmly.
But that's probably, that's like probably being a good situation that you weren't drinking at that time, because it's like the alcohol fueling and stuff. And even if you were trying to diffuse it, the demeanor of you coming across protecting a friend is going to be like at a level up here. You know what I mean? Like it's natural to get to that level in that situation.
Our demeanors on a normal day, they're not the most like, oh my God, girly, like wearing, they're pretty like stone in your face. So I'm probably a better idea that we weren't, or I wasn't intoxicated.
Oh mate, I was gone. There was no turning back to me. I was on the level of, I took out my hoop earrings. I was ready to punch on.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would do a KFC bucket like this.
But you know what? It's so funny to hear you like that, Nikki, because every time I see you, you're always just so happy, positive, like smiling. I would never want to piss you off because you'd fuck me up massively. But like, to hear about you being in that situation, I'm just surprised because you're always such the positive life of the party, so to speak.
Yeah. No, even like after the situation, we walked away. I changed back to my like normal happy self, and I was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. That was so random."
Oh, that's good. But at least you can sort of switch back to it. You're not going to carry that sort of aggression on afterwards, because a lot of times, like, yeah.
And I was like, "I'm so sorry you guys had to witness that." And they're like, "It's fine."
Jeez. Oh, mate, that is terrible. But yeah, look, it sounds like it was a good outcome in the end, though. So. But look, guys, as we start to wrap up here, I want to say thank you to you both for obviously coming on and giving your time up on a Tuesday night to talk with me on the show. It's really appreciated. And I definitely want to try and get you both back on for a part 2, and even separately as well, down the track. So, but we definitely have to do that.
Whoa. It's a sistership, not a one-ship.
Okay, well, you both can be here anytime you want.
Not an entanglement.
The sistership. There you go. But where can everyone find both of you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter. See, whenever I have to plug my things, I genuinely know. My Instagram is Frankie.pro. Stop, I genuinely don't know. And then my Twitter's the same, just no Frankie B Pro. That's it. Couldn't put the dot in there.
And Nikki, follow you and your adventures.
Facebook and Twitter, I'm at Nikki Van Blair. Instagram, I'm at Nikki Menagerie.
There you go, guys. Make sure you go over, follow Frankie, follow Nikki, and make sure you tune into PWA this Saturday, the 19th, because PPK may be there. We may good chance we'll see the sistership there. Who knows? But tune in to make sure to see them or not. Huge shout outs to our sponsors, healthvape.com and sleeps.com. Use promo code MWAPOD to get a 10% discount on your final purchase. But Frankie and Nikki, it's been great to have you on. Great talking to you. And as I said, would love to get you guys back on for a part 2 down the road sometime soon.
Oh,
Thank
can
you.
we just
will be
quickly,
back.
before we wrap up,
Yes.
just wanted to say 2 things. Rest in peace, Scott Hall. Terrible, terrible news for everyone in the wrestling world. Condolences to his family and friends. And number 2, congratulations to Charmel on getting into the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
Very exciting.
Amazing accomplishments for both. So, well, for Charmel, not for that much for Scott Hall, sorry. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to take my foot out of my mouth. Guys, RIP Scott Hall, and congratulations to Charmel. But guys, until next time, we'll see you again very, very soon. Till then, take care and God bless. Peace.